Well, hello, Avon. How are ya? I'm hoping that many of you are going to share this. We getting ready to have a good time here. We're going to talk a little Avon. And in case you don't know who I am, my name is Molly Stone-Bibb. I am Avon, and this is me. So welcome. For the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to talk a little bit about Avon. So for you Avon reps out there, if you got somebody who you think could possibly be interested in this opportunity, possibly could want a life-changing experience, possibly need a little fun in their life, possibly need a little side hustle, and maybe want to make a little bit of Avon money without standing on the street corner, and doing what those other ladies do. We get real in here. This is the Avon USA representative site. And reps, you need to share this in your groups. You need to share this on your wall, your personal wall. Because if they ever had a doubt whether they should be part of this opportunity, this company, this is going to be the time they're going to figure it out. They just going to figure it out. So let's see. Wow, look at all. Oh, I know some of these people. Look at this. Kathy is with us, and Cheryl is with us, and Andrea is with us. Look at that. My husband, Lee Bibb, the other half of this business here, he is on here. So welcome. And hopefully this is just going to keep growing. I mean, I got to be real. I'm shooting for 300 viewers, okay, all at the same time. So let's see if we can make this happen, okay? So here we are. I have been working the business. I'd love to tell you all day, but I just got back from lunch with my niece. Oh yeah, like the best thing about this business is like making your own schedule and eventually being able to do the things that you want to do in the time frame that you want to do it. Well, hey there, Becky. Hey, Tara. Hey, Limited Beauty too. How are you guys? Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you're going to continue sharing it. Hey, Chanel, how are you? And Shauna and Stacy. Just keep bringing them all in here. Say hi. Say where you're from. Say if you're a rep. Say if you're visiting. Say you're like somebody said, watch this crazy lady with the crazy hair who just talks about this company like there is nothing else. That's right. I'm your person. I'm your person here. This is our month. I know you've been watching it on social media all month, right? You've been watching this like, oh, Tim Brown on here. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of that later, okay? He coming up after me, so you need to watch for him, okay? He is something else. Not just a hottie, he is something else, okay? He is the epitome of Avon man. So, Avon month. They are celebrating the Avon representative, Avon is, all month. See, some people get a day. See, if you're in the corporate world, they have Secretary's Day. But see, in our world, we have Avon Representative Month, where they celebrate us and they give you a chance to win iPads and Mac computers and awesome products. And not to mention, there's this opportunity thing that if you work your business like a business, you can just go out and buy your own, because eventually you're going to have plenty of money to do that. And that is what it's about. Hey, Janine. Hey, Mitzi. Thanks for joining us. Ashley. So come on, get it out there, guys. Get these people coming in. We got to talk. So, okay. Some of these names I don't recognize. So I have to believe that just maybe somebody may not know who I am. Janine has been a representative since 2009, and she's from California. Hey, let me tell you something about Janine. She don't quit, okay? I don't even know Janine, but a representative since 2009, Janine don't play. She don't quit. She loves this company. She loves the opportunity. She loves the product. She loved everything about it, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Kirby, Little Rock, Arkansas, awesome. Anita, wow. Stacy, I know Stacy Williams, Youngstown in the house, home of Lisa freaking Scola and Eric Mullins and crew. I get it, I know. And by the way, birthplace, I believe, of our CEO, Scott White, okay? So, sorry, it don't get no better than that, right? Make me want to go live there. Yeah, I get it. So some of you don't know me. I get it. You're like, who did they put on here now? Seriously? Bring back the ladies who are not so crazy, right? I get it. Sorry, you stuck with me for a little while. I want to take you through a journey. I want to talk to you just a little bit about where I've come from, about what brought me to this opportunity, about why in the world would I still be here if it served its original purpose for me? So I have always been an Avon lover. I grew up with Avon. My mama loved Avon. My mama had Avon ornaments on her Christmas tree. My mama used the skin so soft. My mama loved the makeup. My mama, I think probably my grandmama probably loved it too. I don't remember her, but I know my mama did. And so Avon was always a part of my life. And then, got to be an adult, wasn't doing a whole lot of Avon. And one day in my driveway, I found a brochure, an Avon brochure. And it brought back massive memories for me. Memories of getting the boxes and there being the ornaments in it and the little bags that said Avon with the doggies sticking out of them, and you could hang them on the tree, of the lips that you opened and they had lip gloss in them. Yeah. So suddenly it was all coming back to me just like that. It was awesome. And I thought, wow, an Avon brochure. And the name on the back was Mary Ann Penn. And I immediately contacted Mary Ann Penn because I found me an Avon representative and I was excited. And she was the best representative. And she still is. She still is. Mary Ann Penn made sure that I got a brochure every campaign in my house. I can honestly tell you that I was her best Christmas client ever because nobody bought Avon Christmas the way Molly Stone-Bibb did, okay? Yeah, it just did not happen. I was that girl. I kept her in her Christmas money at Christmas time because that's how much I loved Avon. Well, for 15 years, Mary Ann Penn was my Avon representative. I met her and a lot of times she would just drop my Avon off and she would either call me and I would pay by credit card or I'd leave a check for her, but she was always there. Mary Ann also always put a recruiting flyer. I didn't know that's what it was at the time, but she always put a recruiting flyer, something that talked about Avon in the brochure. There was always something there. And it would say something like, want to earn extra money. It was $20 to join then. I'd be looking at it. I crumble it up. I throw it away. I did that for 15 years. I did that. I crumbled it up and I threw it away. You know why? Because I really didn't have a need. I really didn't need anything else. I just loved Avon and I wanted the products. She never pushed me. She never quit servicing me because I said no to the opportunity. She just was the best Avon representative she could be. And I love that. And then things changed in my life. Suddenly, I found myself going through a horrible divorce. I had 2 boys, both still in school, and life was not good. I ended up leaving my home in the middle of the night, packing up everything that I wanted to take, having a few people help me get things out of there, and moving my boys and leaving a really bad situation. Life suddenly became really unsteady for me. Just everything changed just like that. I moved into the basement of my brother's house, and just, it was that moment where you just feel like failure. I mean, have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like you just, doesn't matter what you had gone through, and you just couldn't get it right in your life? Did you ever feel like no matter how hard you tried, there was just something you were missing? I mean, at the time, I felt like I couldn't be a good enough wife. I was probably sucking as a mother then because I wasn't showing a great example of making this work as a wife. I worked hard. I had a full-time job. Little did I know then I wasn't really making what I was worth, but I was always grateful for a job. I worked my whole life. I lost my mom when I was 16. My mom got pancreatic cancer. She was 44 years old, and boy, did life change, which might excuse why I married a man who was very much like like my dad. You say you're not going to do that. My dad and I never had a close relationship, definitely not after my mom died. And so you know what? You're already feeling like life kind of cheated you. But you know what? I never gave up. I tried to make that work. I was married for 17 years in my first marriage. And finally I had to say, no more. No more. So, for a while I went without an Avon book. My main job, I wasn't making enough. I had to get a paper route. Yeah, I had a main job. I worked, 45 to 60 hours a week. And then I delivered papers at night. So my kids, I would get them off to school in the morning and then go to work and work all day and then get them home and bathe them and get their homework done and get them to bed. And then I would leave about midnight and I would go deliver papers till 5:30 in the morning. I know you're like, are you crazy? How did you do that? And my answer is still the same. You never know what you can do until you're put in the position that you have to do it. That's the only reasoning I have with that. And I can remember I was really missing my Avon brochures. Now, let me be clear. I was broke, right? I was worse than broke. Like, they were threatening to come get my vehicle because I was payments behind. I didn't get any conversations on the phone unless it was a bill collector. They would call and act like they my friends. They were not my friends. They just wanted my money. Everybody wanted something from me. Sadly, though, I had nothing to give. I had no self-esteem, very much felt like a loser. Felt like I was never going to get it right. Here I was 40 years old. Are you kidding me? 40 years old. Do I ever get it right? So I contact Marianne and I say, Marianne, you know what? I gotta tell you, I'm living down here now. And I really miss getting my Avon books, but I got to tell you the truth. I don't even know if I can buy anything, Marianne, because I'm broke. But I know one thing. When I page through an Avon brochure, it really, 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 really makes me feel better about life. It's like window shopping without the mall, because there's nothing like an Avon brochure. I mean, I think we're the only company that's that way. And you know what she said? No problem. I'll have one down to you tomorrow. I mean, how great was that? I'm thinking pretty good customer service considering I may not buy anything from you for a while. So Marianne dropped it off, and sure enough, there was this recruiting flyer in it. It said, need money? $20 will get you started. And I thought, well, I really do need money. See, my son's getting ready to grade, and he's got prom coming up, and I'm barely making ends meet now. What am I going to do? How do I get a third job that's going to want me to be there? How can I be away from my boys any more than I am? So I called her and I asked her, Marianne, can you tell me about this opportunity? I don't have money to buy products. I cannot keep stock. I can't do that. I don't have time to have parties, Marianne. I don't have that kind of time. I'm already working 2 jobs. I'm beat. I'm trying to raise my 2 boys. They're going to come take my van. I don't know what to do. And she said, give it 6 months. Give it. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Kim Marie. Kim Marie's on my team, by the way. Shh, she's great. Shh. So I borrow the $20. Borrow it. $20. I didn't have it. I borrowed it. Marianne came down and she got me started. Didn't have any customers. See, I was the person who thought that my family and the couple of friends I had were going to keep me in business, right? Well, part of my family and friends were trying to decide what part of the family they wanted to be part of the divorce side or part of the, hey, I love you too, Molly, so we'll be on your side. So I remember my first order with Avon was like $53. I barely, back then you had to have a $50 order. You don't even get to have that anymore. You know what I'm saying? You make money on the first dollar with Avon. But I barely made the cutoff to make any money. I thought, I got to get busy because I'm going to go broke thinking I'm going to wait for my family and friends. So I had to get away from that mindset right away. Gradually, I started getting more and more brochures. And when I was on my paper route, boy, I was making sure those brochures were going in houses. I was giving brochures to everybody. And by the way, I was not this person. Do you see this person right here who you're like, she only here talking to representatives? Like, well, I guess you were successful. No, cupcake. Let me get real. No. This was not me then. Okay. It was not. I was the person who didn't want to talk to anybody hand in hand. I didn't want to not me. But I made it work. I had invested $20. I had borrowed it, and I had to get that money back. I had to support my boys. I had to figure out how to get my son to prom. I had to figure out how to get him through graduation so he had a cap and gown. I had to figure out how to give them some normalcy back because I had just taken any normalcy, as unhealthy as it was, away from them. So I got out there and I made a determined effort that I was going to get 100 brochures every campaign, and I was going to get them in at their houses. I was going to hand it to them every place I went. See, I had to learn how to work this business into my life. I was not the person. I did not have time for a bunch of events. I could not have parties. So I had to say, where do I go in my life? What do I do? Let's see. I go to the bank when the kids are sick. I go to doctors. I have to go to the grocery store. Where was I going where there were people? Because at my job, I was a one-woman office. So that wasn't going to work. Right? Because we all make that mistake of buying too much Avon for ourselves when we are Avon representatives, right? So I had to learn from that too. Little by little, the customers kept coming. The first time I got 7 new customers. I'll never forget that. I was so excited. My order was over $100. I had made it back, and I felt like maybe I was on to something. So I thought there had to be more people like me who loved Avon. I just had to find them. Let me be clear. I had to go through a lot of people. I met some who, they liked some Avon. They liked the Skin So Soft. They liked the deodorant. Yeah, they liked it at Christmas. Great gifts. I met some who were like, oh my gosh, they got the best skincare in the absolute world, and I love them, and I don't have one, and I really would like to have an Avon rep. That was great. I had some who just loved the jewelry. They loved the earrings, kind of like these awesome, earrings. You see them right there? Yeah. I found all kinds of people that Avon fit into their lives, all different ways. But I was determined I was going to make them all my Avon customers. And I did, because all of them were important to my livelihood. All of them were important to my kids' livelihood. So I'm not going to be the person who's going to tell you that if you join this company of mine, that just because you say you're joining, that it's just going to work for you. See, I'm not that girl. I was a little shocked that they asked me to do this, because they all know I'm not that girl, right? I'm not the girl who's going to tell you how easy everything's going to be. I'm not the girl who's going to tell you it's going to happen like that. And I'm certainly not going to tell you that I'm the girl who's never wanted to quit. But this is what I've learned in life. Whether it's raising my kids or wanting to be proud at any job that I ever held or making something work or not work, it was all up to me in the end. There was no company, there was no boss that was ever going to get it all right. They were not going to get it all right 100% of the time, ever. But see, I had learned through my life that I could take any bad moment and do my best to work around it to make it work for me. And my Avon business has shown me that I can make anything that comes up work for me, work for my purpose. See, when I started this company, my why was that I was desperate, that I just plain and simple, I needed money, baby. That's what I needed. It was this. I remember thinking when Marianne said, give it 6 months, I remember thinking to myself, I said to her, okay, I was shaking my head. Okay, I will do it. Okay. But in my head, I was thinking, I don't think I'll really have time for this. So I'm thinking in April, out in July, make enough to get my son to graduation, because I'm not really sure if this is going to be my thing, but it can serve its purpose, because my purpose was to make that extra money for that to happen. And by the way, I did. I not only provided the money he needed for prom, I not only provided the money that he needed for graduation, but I also was able to have a graduation party for him. Yes. It was awesome. Then my why started changing. I thought, why do I want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get ready to go work for somebody else? Why do I only want to work for minimum wage? Why do I want to always have to schedule to take vacations, which, by the way, I never really took vacations because I didn't really start traveling until Avon, because they have all these awesome trips that they offer us. And if you earn it and you work your tail off, you get to go to places like Mexico and Alaskan cruises and Hawaii and the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. And I could go on and on and on. Nashville, New York. I had never been anywhere but the local beaches before Avon. I was 40 years old. And by the way, we have representatives who have earned trips in their very first year. Do you know, here comes the truth serum. Do you know that I did not earn my first trip with Avon till I had been in the company 6 years? Over 6 years, I think, almost 7. Yeah. But I saw it was possible. I saw people doing this. So see, for all the people that you see, you representatives, let's talk to you for a minute. Everybody's going on the trips, but I can't go on the trips because I missed it by this many points. And stop it. I'm still here. It took me almost 7 years. Are you kidding me? Is your why just about a trip? The trips are supposed to be the extra, the whipped cream, the cherry on top. Because I figured out shortly that this company had a way that eventually I could chart my life out, even at 40 years old. By the way, now I'm 55. 14 years with the company. 55, and life has never looked better than it looks at 55. Right now, I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning unless I have to catch a plane because they're going to fly me to Hawaii Are they going to fly me to the Dominican Republic? I get up at 5 o'clock anytime to go on a trip like that, right? But now I don't have to do that unless I want to. I can be the night owl. I can do my best work in the evening if that's what I choose to do. I can go have lunch with my niece in the middle of the day and never have to answer to anyone but me, because this is boss life. This is what we do. I'm not going to tell you this is going to come all at once. But to be real honest, does anything worth having come all at once? Did you start walking the moment mom and dad put you up on your feet from crawling? Did you ride that bike like a pro the moment you jumped on it? When you played that sport, did you just become a natural? There are very few of those people. But what I knew is, little by little, I had to say so. The more I put into it, the more I could get out of it. Then something else became a reality. See, 14 years ago, you couldn't have gotten me to share my story. The fact that my mom died when I was 16. The fact that by 18, my dad told me it was time to leave, go figure it out, and I was on my own. The fact that really I felt like I was just playing a role, and that was doing everything everybody else is away. Have you ever been that people pleaser? That person who just, as long as everybody's happy with you, you okay? But then there's always somebody who's not happy with you. But the person who's the most unhappy is you. You. Because you don't even know what you want. You don't know who you are. Because you've never had anything that is yours. But Avon is my baby. Avon is my vehicle to giving back. And I know some people hear my story and they go, why would you even want to give back? Look at everything you were served. Oh no, let me change that logic. Because of everything I was served, the good, there was some good. The bad, the really bad, and sometimes the crippling stuff that happens to you. I am here to share my story with you. I am here to tell you, you can recover from all of it. You don't have to be the person who you're not proud of. Avon has given me a new perspective on life. Avon has given me something to be so proud of. My kids look now and they go, wow, have you met my mom? She like a big deal in Avon. Really? I get the opportunity to help people see they can be more than they are every single day. I get the opportunity to be more. Think about it. Take a chance on you. Take a chance on being better. Take a chance on being stronger than you've ever been in your life. Maybe that side hustle is what you need in order to overcome the fact that everybody tells you you're never going to be more than what you are right now. Don't believe that hogwash. Don't believe that your story, your situation is not a stepping stone to a better place. Avon is the company for women and a few good men. And we're getting more and more men as we speak, okay? All right? Avon has been a vehicle that for me has driven a passion that the reason you go through the storms is because eventually it stops raining. I've learned how to dance in the rain, though. I don't wait for the rain to stop anymore. I get to help other men and women figure out what they in their life. It's different. I get to help customers figure out what kind of skincare they want. I get to see people smile because we have the best products for the best prices. That I get to gift them with the brochure once every 2 weeks. And that we always have something new and inviting. I have a team of almost 800 representatives. 800. They're all over the country. I have reps in every state of the union. They do almost $2 million worth of business. Baby, that's a whole lot of lipstick, okay? You hear what I'm saying? That is a whole lot of lipstick. A whole lot of home and fashion. A whole lot of skincare. But you know what's rewarding about that? That they all have their own journey. They all have their own goals. They all are finding their way in our company. Our company, Avon, is the vehicle that is taking them to wherever they want to go. If you're into travel, this is the company to be a part of. Did I tell you we're going to Mexico? Did I tell you we're going to Maui? If you're in this because you're just trying to get your nursing degree, if you know what you want, you're in law school, if you know what you want to start another business, but you need something that you can do, that will absolutely help bring in an extra side hustle amount of money. This is your answer. This is your go-to, baby. And right now, until the 20th, you can join for $10. What the hey? $10. You can get started dreaming again. Or maybe you're like me and you never dreamt. Maybe you never knew what it was like to dream of something bigger than what was right here. Are you that person who is settling? Are you settling in your life? Don't settle. Don't settle. There is a door. It is open. Walk through that bad boy. Contact the representative that you know and own your life for the first time. Own what you want. Avon's been around for a really long time. We ain't going nowhere, you know. I'm never going to tell you that the struggle is not real, because my life is full of struggles. I'm never going to tell you that you're never going to be unhappy with a decision that's made, the things that can happen. You will. But I want you to know that when you start this business, you're not alone. Avon's going to give you a mentor, but here's the best part. You're going to get a mentor. But did I tell you what we say we are? We are a tribe. We are an Avon tribe. We are one team, one Avon. So you know what a lot of us do? Look, if somebody's turned you onto this video, we all support one another. And those who don't matter, okay? They don't matter. If they don't worry, they don't matter. But it's the ones who do. We support each other. What I tell you may not touch you. What I tell you may not be what you need. Even people on my team may feel that way. But you know what? There are all kinds of people in this business who are sharing. And they all got something. And they're willing to give. And we help each other out. And we support one another. And we raise each other up. And we build self-confidence. We tell you that be responsible for your dream and get this done. Get this done. Don't lose out on this opportunity. There's a reason that you're watching this right now. This is not a mistake. This is not a fluke. This is not a coincidence. This is real. This is real. You were on here at 6:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because you needed to hear something I was saying. Maybe you can relate to my journey. And by the way, that's like 1/18 of my journey. Okay, but they only gave me so much time to talk about it, okay? I don't want to scare you with the rest, but I am telling you, you need to be able to say this. I am Avon. This is me. And you're never going to walk this journey alone. I know many people who said they felt that way. If you feel that way, it's because you locked up in a box somewhere, okay? I don't even know how you got on here then, because we have a world of people, leaders, representatives. We are here. Our company believes in us. We are Avon. You want to be a part of something that's bigger than anything you've ever been a part of? Socially, the social networking, the training, the money. Can I say it again? The money. One more time. The money. Not to mention the discount. There's so much. There's so much to offer you. But see, we can't make you take it. And I'm the girl who says, I'm not dragging you over the line. You either take this opportunity willingly and you walk in and say, you're right, Molly Stone-Bibb. I do want something more than I have today. I do want something more for my kids. I have come from a bad place. I do want something more, and I need something I can fit into my job. I need something I can work around my kids. I need something I can work around that third job. I need something that will put bread on the table right now, that will give me hamburger helper on the table, that will let my kid buy a pizza again. Molly, I don't need to wait 14 years. Molly, I need something that's going to start helping me right now. We are it. We are it, okay? I've lived it. We are it. We are it. That's it. Number one, we is it, okay? So I invite you on this journey with me. Look me up. Follow me on Facebook. I keep it real. My page is public, and you know why? Because I want other people to experience this life-changing event. By the way, I was open to change. It was uncomfortable sometimes. It hurt sometimes. It was scary sometimes. But I have never regretted it one time. That's the answer right there. So you keep watching, okay? Because here in about another hour and a half, Mr. Tim Brown's going to be bringing something to the table to you. And you need to hear from this Avon man. You do. He's amazing. He is absolutely amazing. So you watch him. You listen to him. The other young ladies who have been on today, wow, just wow. But if this has touched you in any way, please give it a chance. It's a $10 opportunity. You're going to make that back right away. So you contact that rep who turned you on to this and say yes to Avon. You all have a great evening. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.